remember when I was visiting your family and somebody passed me the phone to pick the music and I picked Jay-Z and you're like, we don't listen to fucking Jay-Z in the West Coast. I
I
should have picked
didn't. That is not
Nas.
what happened. What happened is someone asked what song to play next, and you said something by Jay Z. And you got to remember, you're in Southern California. My cousin is the one that said,
I don't
"We
want to
don't
hear
listen
it.
to
I don't
Jay
want to
Z
hear
out
it.
here."
The beef is real. The beef is real. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, whatever time you're watching this video. I just appreciate you taking the time out to actually click on the link and sit through this video. Dish Won't Kill My Vibe, episode number 10, baby. 10! We are in double digits. And honestly, it feels nice, actually. Thank you for watching these videos and making me constantly come out here and provide something for you guys. So
I appreciate you.
today we are going to talk about a legend. Okay, this guy does not need a introduction, but if somehow for the last 30 years you've been under a rock, Nas is a pretty damn good rapper. Actually, I might even go a little bold and say he's a great rapper. Maybe I'll even go a little bit bolder and say he might be one of the greatest of all time rappers.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Look, listen, if you haven't listened to any Nas songs somehow in your last 30 years of production that he's had, do yourself a favor, turn off this video, go ahead and go listen to Illmatic and go listen, just search on YouTube, just find any playlist of Nas and just listen to his cadence and his wordplay and everything that he does, just his whole demeanor. Okay, like the man doesn't need an introduction. He doesn't need a lot of fanfare. So when he dropped that album, King's Disease 2, there wasn't a lot of hype that needed to be into it. People were just happy to see that Nas dropped an album. Now he's one of those rappers that has a super loyal fan base. Okay, like it doesn't matter what he drops, when he drops it. It could be a blank CD, but his fan bases will still just eat it all up and say this is perfection.
My God! Wow!
And that sometimes works to your advantage, but also blinds you from saying like, okay, it wasn't a good album. But I'm not gonna say that because I'm a super big Nas fan. And that's okay, I'll say that. I'll say that if that's the case. That's not the case here, okay? King's Disease 2 is a really good album. I did like this a lot. Did I love it? No, I didn't really love it. But I did like this album enough to say, okay, I can see why his loyal fan bases are going to be talking about this as probably one of his better works in such a long time. So right off the bat, you're getting King's Disease 2. You're getting this just typical Nas flow. Like you're just getting like this awesome like 90s type of vibes and just kind of like real true hip hop, just about like the lyrics and storytelling, nothing too like just repetitive, just like listening back and just what these older generation really just loves to hear every time they talk about the good old days of hip hop. So
stop looking at my lemonade.
Nas understands that. And let me backtrack a little bit. Like I actually love where Nas is in his career and what he does. Okay, he never comes off as a bitter old man who hates this generation. Like I think if you're over 30 years old and you're watching this video, take notes from Nas. You don't have to go around and trash this entire generation's music, okay? Nas doesn't literally go on there as like, screw you and your stupid ass songs out there. Like I don't really care about your Migos and your Little Pumps and all this other things. Like I don't care about all that stuff. He says, yo, you guys do you, I'm gonna do me. And what I do is talk about mature topics. What I talk about is investments and building yourself up and just not really worried about like the small things, but also looking at the bigger picture in life. And that's exactly where Nas is in his life, and he talks about that all the time. He's really just like like, I'm not here to make $100,000. I'm here to make $1 million. Okay, let's talk business.
Derek, you better yell! Show me the money!
Like, I need you to make this worth my time. Whereas, like, the younger generation are just gonna be like, oh yeah, I got this new car, I got this, yeah, whatever, you know, the typical stuff. Nas takes a mature approach about it, but he doesn't actually go out and you know, call people like homophobic slurs. He doesn't say anything stupid about like what they're up to. He's like, okay, you guys do what you got to do. You know, get your money. That's fine. That's great. I'm just gonna do what I've been doing for the last 30 years. So I actually appreciate Nas in that sense a lot, because I think while other older rappers like may come off as kind of harsh and kind of ignorant because they just don't understand why these new guys are making money and how they're clicking with an audience, I think Nas and certain other rappers like Jay-Z, like, they're just like, okay, you guys do all that. I'm just trying to own like a building. I'm trying to become the first billionaire. I'm trying to make these power moves, you know? So Nas, in that sense, excellent. So just talking about this album, though, I think you're going to enjoy this if you like a lot of the typical Nas flows. I mean, he covers a wide variety of topics. Like, you'll see him, like, you know, reminding everybody that he's still got it, you know, like on the track Rare. Like, he's telling people, like, hey, I'm in rare form right now. But then he can switch it up and has a feature with a younger guy and YKTV, you know the vibes. Like, that's like kind of like a New York dance type of track, you know, like kind of hype, whatever. So he's able to switch his flows from track to track and actually offer a lot of things on this album. So I think that's good. The problem is King's Disease, like, when I listen to it, I mean, like, I think, like, his rapping on this album is very, very sharp, and it's actually, you know, classic Nas. It's, like, really good. You know, he's, you know, hasn't lost a step at all. The thing is, like, I know it's Nas, okay? Like, if he really put his mind to it, he could really probably make an album that's from top to bottom one of the most creative ideas, like, out there, and just go off on every single track. But he doesn't need to do that anymore, okay? He's 30 years into this business. He's done plenty of things. He's, you know, made his name for himself, so he doesn't need to do these things. I just wish he would, because you know it's all there. Like, his potential is all there. He can do that, but I understand that he doesn't need to, so I can't really hold that against him. Yeah, you're gonna, like there's a lot of old, like, 90s vibes that are showing on these tracks. Like, I think there's, like, a Death Row East, which kind of explains, like, the whole Tupac story and his involvement in there. That's kind of cool. There's a song about brunch, and look, listen, I love fucking brunch, Nas.
Just give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Yo, I love that you made a song about brunch, and I understand the metaphor of, like, brunch on a Sunday. It's like a status symbol that, like, you guys have made it all the way to the top, where you guys can take this moment to enjoy some, you know, eggs Benedict and pancakes on a Sunday and stuff like that. So I get it. You know, it's cool, but when you break it down, you literally just made a song about brunch on a Sunday. Okay, and that's okay, because you can put that on Instagram like I did and put that as your background music. So there are some tracks on here that I'm like, okay, I get it, but it doesn't really fit too much as well. My favorite track, though, I will say, hands down, the one with Lauryn Hill. The track is called Nobody, featuring Lauryn Hill, and man, you guys both annihilated that track. Everything about that track is like pure Nas perfection, and then of course you don't have to say anything else. The legendary Lauryn Hill comes out of nowhere, boom.
It's over 9,000!
Hands down the best track right there. There's about 15 tracks on this album. I think you do get a lot of variety on here. And look, it's definitely going to be something that's in your rotation for a while. I think with all that being said, like I won't say that this is probably going to be like album of the year type of thing, because I think to be in the album of the year, I think you need to lay out a foundation that says, like, okay, this is my concept, instead of me just putting like so many different tracks together and just hoping it all sticks. Like I understand, like this whole album is like a mature album, and you're trying to paint a picture of like being successful after being, struggling all through your life and everything like that. Like I understand that, but it also just I wish it kind of flowed a little bit better. There's parts like in the beginning, like everything starts flowing really well, and then you kind of get off onto a little tangent, and it's just I'm like I hate to say it, so I'm just gonna say like the score on this album, I think it could have been a 9, but I'm going to give it an 8.6 out of 10. And I don't think that's anything wrong with it. I think it's just that when the dust settles after like a month of listening to this album, I'm going to start picking out the songs that I really enjoy and keep that for a long time. But other tracks I might just have to skip over. And that's okay. That's fine. You give us 15 tracks, I might keep like at least 10 of them. So that's not bad at all. So, yeah. I mean, great album, Nas. You did great. You're Nas, okay? Like, come on. You don't need any more flowers. You have them all. But yeah, that's it for today. Until next time, everybody, I will be back with another review. Peace.